Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Music Podcast. Once again, thank you to my return visitors and my subscribers. So appreciate you. My very special guest today, Mr. Brian Wheat. Brian is a founding member and bassist for multi-platinum selling band Tesla, of course. He is also a founding member and bassist and songwriter and producer for a new project called Violet Breed. Brian has partnered with Alex, an up and coming singer and songwriter from the UK, to form Violet Breed. They have two singles currently available with videos, and we're going to find out more about the band and what they might have in store for us in the future. And I'm looking forward to more music. I've worn those two out, man. Brian, it's great to have you.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. It's great to have you here talking about this stuff. It's just, these two tunes have hit me really hard, man. It's just there's so much to unpack just with these two songs. It's really, really cool stuff.
Oh,
Um,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, it is. And really looking forward to more. I know you've been busy. You're just off of the like Monsters of Rock cruise, right? You were out there. Uh,
Yeah,
you know,
we did like the whole month of March. We had a bunch of shows. We did the Monsters of Rock. We played House of Blues in Orlando. We played went to Arena. We did, I don't know, 8 shows, 9 shows. So I'm back home in upstate New York, and we got a couple shows the end of this month, and then I go to Italy for a month for vacation, and then come back and lots of Tesla shows through the summer
yeah, yeah.
and Violet Breed. So I mean, I you know, Violet Breed right now. I think I'm at 30. Me and Alex are at 34, 35 songs total that we've got
Yeah.
recorded in some state. Some of them are finished and mixed. Some of them, actually today I'm doing guitars with Jimmy Falco here in upstate New York on a bunch of new ones. So I'm always busy. I like to stay busy.
It's great, man, and we love to see you busy, man. You got so much music for us. And that Monsters of Rock cruise, I got to ask you, is that a gig you like doing? I hear
Yeah, of
mixed
course I
things.
like doing it. I mean,
A
we've
little
done it.
little suffocating though sometimes, I guess, right?
No, listen, you got to have a good disposition when you go on those things. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're not prepared to be, on a boat in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by 5,000 of your fans for 5 days, then don't do it.
Right, right.
Right? So I know that going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, we've done it so many times, and the fans, they love coming and doing it, and the people that do it, Larry and Larry Moran, they take extremely good care of us, and yeah, no, we like it. I got nothing bad to say about it
That's
at all.
great. That's great to hear, man, because I haven't heard a fan that doesn't like it. It's just a great event. Bucket list for me. I haven't been yet, so looking forward to seeing you guys on a boat. That would be great. Tell me about how you met Alex and got the band. How the whole thing came to be.
Well, I met Alex about 10 years ago when he was like 18 years old, and he had a band in England called Flash Fires,
Huh?
and I was producing them, and I managed them, co-managed them, and they were kind of an indie alternative sounding band. And I always was taken to Alex, his ability. He's a great singer and songwriter, and he's just an infectious kind of guy. You can't help but love Alex. Um, and we tried and tried and tried to get that band off the ground in England, where they were from. And you know, if I would have had them in America, I think they would have did better. But in England, just didn't want to know about them. So after, I don't know, 6 years of trying to do that, Alex said to me, "Well, I'll do my own stuff." And I said, "Okay." And then we had COVID,
Oh,
right? So COVID really slowed us down. So he started doing his own stuff. He flew out to New York and we started working on. That's why like 8 or 9 of these songs are done already.
Okay.
But we've got like 35 or 36 we're working on.
Nice. Now his own stuff, is that the Sweet Company EP that I see? I found that.
There's no EP.
Okay, yeah, there's something called
It's just
Sweet.
Blackfires.
Okay, I saw something called Sweet Company. It's
By who?
Alex. I think it's on his website.
Oh yeah, that's
Solo stuff.
just one of his demos.
Okay, okay. The
Yeah. I
Sweet
mean,
Company song is great, man.
yeah. Well,
Crazy.
that is now a different song that is a Violet Breed song. I think
Awesome.
it's called "Living Life Ain't Free."
Oh man,
That
that's
song, yeah. So he came to New York, and we started working on what was going to be his solo music, his solo album. But in that, I was producing it, right, co-writing it with him, playing on it, and all these. Basically, it was just like we do Violet Breed.
yeah.
He'd have half the song written, and I'd help him finish it, or it's evolved into more than that now, but that's how that started. So when that was all done, it was like I still couldn't get him into America. And I said, let's just start our own band. Because I'd been writing songs with him for 5, 6 years.
Nice.
So what was going to be an Alex record was the first 10 songs that Violet Breed did. One of them was Awake, and another one of those ones from that batch was 10 Years Sober.
Yeah.
Right?
Song, man. Unbelievable.
So once we put out Awake, and we only had like 9 songs, and we saw that the reaction was really good. We both got really inspired, and then we wrote 26 more songs. and that's what we're in the midst of recording. And I mean, now it's just like we're writing songs together like crazy,
man.
so I mean, I don't know where this thing's going to end up, but we're going to keep putting out songs and eventually, hopefully, playing. Dave Rude plays on a bunch of songs.
Yeah, I saw that.
He co-wrote a couple songs with me and Alex. Jimmy Falco plays guitar on some of the songs. I play guitar on a lot of the songs. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's really fun to be creative in a thing where you don't have to work under boundaries of something. Like I can do stuff in Violet Breed I can't do in Tesla because people want Tesla to sound a certain way, and I get that. That's why I think there was so much kickback to like when we did the album Shock, because it was a shock. We were trying something different, new. People know we want Tesla to sound like Tesla. Where with Violet Breed, it's an open canvas.
Yeah.
Right.
That's got to feel good, man.
Yeah, it feels great. And Alex is really inspiring, and he's a great singer. And, I'm lucky. I've played with really good singers, great singers, Jeff Keith, Darren from my band Soul Motor, and Alex. Yeah. So, and it's good that it's just 2 guys, me and him. Right. It's harder. I got to admit, it's more difficult to write songs with Tesla. Because back in the old days, you'd have 5 people, right? Yeah. And you had to listen to 5 opinions and stuff. And, those Tesla records, a lot of, blood, sweat, tears, fights, everything went into those. And listen, I mean, I love him. We're all brothers, all of us. So, with Alex, it's just me and Alex. So we get things done quickly because you don't got to go through all the process of 5 equal guys. It's like, okay, here it is, me and him. And then we say, okay, to whether it's Sal playing drums or Jimmy or Dave, well, here's the rough demo. This is kind of it. And then we go. Like we're not in a room together a lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, with me and Alex writing all these songs, he's in England, I'm wherever I am, and we
Right.
get together like on a Zoom call, like me and you,
Yeah.
except I control his Pro Tools from where I'm at, and he's got the mic, and I'm recording and producing him from. Yeah, it's really cool. It's one of the things that's great about new technology.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's always great to be in the same room, and especially
yeah.
the writing and all that. But this technology, man,
I
is
mean, me and him got an ocean between us.
right.
And he's got his job, and then he does his Alex gigs in England. He does good playing every weekend, doing basically solo acoustic gigs, doing covers and whatever he does. And I got Tesla, so if we had to be together, I don't know how many songs we'd have because we both,
Right.
but like we get together 3 days a week on the internet for 3 or 4 hours, and out of every one of those sessions comes a new song.
It's just
So
awesome.
it's very prolific right now and creative. So it's great.
Yeah, and what more can you ask for?
Well, you could ask for a lot more. But
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I,
in that
I could ask
songwriting,
for our country to quit bitching,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
and people to try to unite and get along. There,
for
you
sure.
could ask for the war to end in Ukraine and Russia, and you
Yes.
could ask for the Middle East to have peace. There's a lot you could ask for, but on the musical front, I'm a lucky guy. I got a great band that I've had for 40 years that are out there kicking ass, still making new music, still playing, and a young thing that's got me really inspired and having fun doing that.
It's so cool, man. I'm so happy for you because, yeah, I mean, Tesla's top notch too. Not only are you guys just out there, you're out there like severely kicking ass and it's top notch, man. It's still
Want to see
just
my
incredible.
jukebox, dude? Check out my jukebox.
Look at that, man.
That's my Seaberg. I
Nah,
like to. I'm in my office today. I usually don't sit around my gold records and stuff,
it's
but I'm in the studio and I'm in my office, and I got Sal, the drummer that's doing stuff with us in Violet Breed. The Sal from Stained. He's the drummer in the band Stained.
yeah.
Jimmy in the control room next door. I said, "Hey, I got to pop out and do this real quick." Sorry that it took us so long. I had the thing with the dog, and
Yeah.
and then I realized I was driving from Florida, which is a 2 day drive with Monique and the two dogs,
Yeah.
and I committed to doing the thing there. So I didn't mean to flake out on you.
No, no, no worries.
I'm the worst for um, scheduling stuff, right? And especially like with Violet Breed, I'm on my own.
Okay.
Like with Tesla, I got Jimmy Dean who
Right.
coordinates everything. And I don't have him do Violet Breed because it's not fair, and there's no budget to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want him to work for free. So when I have to end up setting stuff up, I fuck it up a little bit. So I apologize.
No problem at all, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate every second. I know how busy you are, man.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you're busy, and I love the fact that you're taking care of what really matters, your life and your business and all of that. It's fantastic. And we're getting all these songs. How do you settle on the name, Violet Breed?
Well, me and Alex were sitting there and we got to call this thing something. And somehow we both like the color violet, purple kind of. I mean, like the wall. See,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. So we said, Violet, what? And I don't know if it was him or I. I said, well, we're breeding songs. So then it just went Violet Breed, and he went, yeah, great. And I went, yeah, perfect, let's do it. And that was it.
That's and that's
That's it, man. That's really the simplest. That was it. We liked the color violet. We kind of sat in a room and said, well, what are we doing? We're breeding songs. Okay,
yeah.
that's what we're doing.
It's
We're not breeding each other, trust me.
Well, it's about content, man. Yeah, a name can do a lot, but
Yeah, I
a
mean,
name
there's
is,
not a fascinating story like like with Tesla and stuff.
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
But yeah, it's Violet Breed. And we
Hmm.
have to correct people sometimes because they say violet. I mean violent. But
Violent. I thought
no,
about that.
yeah, it's
Yep.
not. No, no, no. We're anti-violence.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't like violence. I
yeah.
get violent when people call us violent. Uh, we're violent. Like peace, man. Purple rain.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned all of this because it all came into my head. Velvet came into my head, Violent came into my head, and then I looked at the purple and I thought purple, it's kind of Prince-like. I said, okay, so it's funny you mentioned all that because
Yeah,
that's
right, right. Like there's a velvet couch, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
man.
I like purple and velvet and breeding.
There you go.
And breeding in the form of songs is writing them. So
It's
me and Alex are,
writing a lot of them. It sounds
writing
like.
a lot of them. Yeah.
It's cool. How are you going to release these songs? Do you think? Are we going to get
Well,
a full
we
length?
got another single coming out on May 20th called Endless Days. That's the
Cool.
next single coming out, and it's a rocker. Um, I don't know, man. Me and Alex started talking about it. We're like, well, right now we're just putting singles out. I mean, certainly we have enough music to put out 4 albums, four full.
Right. Wow.
But the thing with that is, I think people lose interest very quickly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you give them a bunch of music to digest at one time, we're not at that point as a band where someone like Tesla has a huge following, right? We're trying to build a fan base and a following. And if I was to put out 12 songs, it'd be overwhelming for people and they might not even get to track 3. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
Yep.
I think right now the plan is just to put out a single every 8 to 10 weeks.
Cool.
And until we grow a following and then we'll do an EP,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then when there's the actual demand for, hey, we want a full length album, we'll do a full length album. It's not like we don't have a lot to say because we do. We've got
Mhm.
37 songs sitting there,
You must have a
but
lot to say.
I want people to be able to hear them all and not
Right.
because with the way music is and streaming and Spotify and all that stuff, it becomes very disposable.
Hmm.
Like when I started, you had to buy the album.
Right.
And the only way you could hear the album is if you bought the album,
Yeah.
right? And now it's just like people stream and, their attention span's about 12 seconds
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and then
yeah. I mean,
they go away.
yeah.
So, for people like yourself, like you say, oh, wow, I heard these 2 songs. I'd like to hear another one, chomping at the bit. Well, cool. There's another one coming May 20th. And after that, you go,
Yep.
wow, that's cool. What's next? Or maybe you go, wow, that was shit. You shouldn't have put that one out. We'll see. But if you like Awake and you like 10 Years Sober, I'm pretty sure you're going to like Endless Days.
Man, I
But
love
I
it
mean,
too.
the other thing too is is
So
is
good.
is the stuff that me and Alex are doing is pretty diverse. I haven't even gotten into
Okay.
the other side of stuff we're doing right now. We're doing like the more contemporary hard rock stuff,
Hmm.
and we got tons of that. But then we also have songs that would remind you of For No One from the Beatles or early Queen or early Elton John or
Awesome.
Bowie, because we both draw upon that stuff. We both love Paul McCartney and Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 things that we just both really connect on. We have a song called Moving Up, which sounds like a Wings song in the 70s.
Wow.
It's got strings, horns, mellotrons, acoustic, it's like,
Wow.
and it's our ode to Wings, but it's not the right time to put that out,
Right.
nor is
Right.
it completely done yet. I just recorded the horns not too long ago. So we just both love music and we're both fans of music. And, especially the same kind of music. Like we both love Queen and the Beatles and Wings. and Led Zeppelin, but we both love My Chemical Romance.
Right, right.
You know
I
what I
hear a little bit
mean?
of that. Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a big thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we love that thing. But when you listen to My Chemical Romance, you hear the Queen and
Sure.
Cheap Trick in there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
And even the Beatles. So listen,
Yeah.
all roads lead back to the Beatles.
Of course they do, man.
Right. And before the Beatles, they led to Little Richard and Elvis.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
before that, they led to Hank Williams, senior, the real guy.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
before that, listen, I'm not going to even get into before that
Yeah.
because I started at kind of Hank Williams, Robert
Yeah.
Johnson, Muddy
Yeah.
Watt. I mean, who knows, man? I'm not trying to be a musicologist.
Well, but
I'm just I'm just a fan, dude.
your music speaks for all of that. There are elements of everything that you are in your music, and that's cool, man. Um, are you distributing? You're going to do your independent label? I noticed that the
Yeah, stuff
publishing
comes
is
out of
J
my
Street.
label, J Street.
Yeah,
And since it's all living kind of in the digital domain right now,
right.
you either stream it or you go to YouTube and watch the video,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the way. Or it's done very well on terrestrial radio. So, but I'm only focusing on secondary markets right now because the major markets, that to get into that costs a lot of money and promotion and stuff. And my theory is, well, if I start in the secondary markets and I get a spark or a fire, that it'll grow to the major market. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like using baseball as an analogy, where you have AAA ball before you go to, the major leagues. So we're at radio, we're working down in AAA thing,
Sure.
honing our skills, and all this will kind of naturally progress. So, like I said, with Endless Days, we'll go to radio again. We'll have a brand new video. We'll have a new track, but there won't be anything physical yet to buy. But at some point, I'll take all those singles and put them with a couple other songs and put them out as a physical piece that someone can get if they want to get it.
That's
And
cool.
I'd probably put it on vinyl because I think people more buying vinyl than CDs. I
Yep.
don't even listen to CDs. I listen on vinyl
Yep.
or Apple Music.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
two, or my jukeboxes. And all my
I was
jukeboxes,
gonna
I
say
got
that's vinyl. Yeah.
yeah, I got like 7 of them, and they're all either 78s or 45s.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I like collecting old stuff.
Yeah, 78's awesome. Wow,
Yeah, yeah.
that's cool. That's vintage right there.
Oh
Very
yeah, I like vintage.
Yeah, that's very cool, man. Violet Breed on the road. Is that something you've thought about? I
Again,
mean, Tesla's crazy.
it's something that's gotta kind of evolve. And it's like as we keep putting out songs and as we build a fan base, then we'll say, okay, we'll go out and play. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And we're definitely talking about it, but there's nothing definite, no dates anywhere or anything, because right now we're just writing, recording, putting songs out, and making videos. But
yeah,
when someone says, "Hey, you can go play for 3 weeks across, the Midwest in America and the Northeast or whatever, and go play, 300 seat clubs or whatever," then we'll do it.
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, well, definitely, it's not. I don't call it a project. It's another band.
Ah, man,
You know what I mean?
that's good to hear. It's really
Yeah, no, it's not like a side project. I mean, listen, Tesla's mothership. I'm not
of
quitting
course,
Tesla.
of course.
Tesla will stay together until we can't play or sing anymore. And probably it'll be when Jeff can't sing anymore,
Hmm.
and he's singing better now than he's ever sang. So I don't know. I don't have any idea when that end date is.
It's insane how
But when
good.
he can't, then we'll stop. We'll
Yeah,
say okay. But I won't stop at that point. I'll have more time to maybe go play with Violet Breed or whatever. But even with Tesla having a full schedule, I have 6 months off a year from
right.
Tesla.
Yeah,
So I got plenty of time to go play. with Violet Breed. But it's just waiting on when, there's a demand for it.
Yeah. And I think it'll be pretty soon, man. If the
Well,
tunes are like those
I
tunes, man.
appreciate your positive uh, uh, encouragement and outlook. Yeah, I mean, listen, we want to play. Alex is a
Yeah.
showman too. So
Yeah.
Freddie's his hero. So
Oh
he's
man.
he's got the whole yeah,
Yeah, man. I
yeah,
want to see it for sure.
yeah,
He's just such a great singer, and
yeah. He
and he
really
just
is a very good singer.
man, and he's he's a young, energetic, hungry. He's got that fire. That's
And you know what? On top of it all, he's a good human being.
and that's matters.
Yeah, I
It
mean, he
really
really
does.
is. I mean, even though we're 30 years apart, there's a connection there, almost like a son to me.
Yeah.
But, in one sense, like when we're just hanging out, but in a musical sense, he's my peer. You know what I mean? The age
And
has no boundary there or any, age isn't an issue. But when it gets into life issues and stuff, then it's like I'm kind of like his adopted stepdad or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's great, man. And you
yeah,
know what?
I call him a kid.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He's a very good kid.
But for a guy that young, for you to consider him a peer in music, because you've been doing this a long time and you're very, very good at it.
I've
You
been
know
doing
how
it
it
longer than
goes.
he's been alive. Yeah, and
Right, right.
he's a very old soul.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's a very old soul, and he is a peer.
Yeah,
And
and
I
I
and I love writing songs with him. We just do it pretty effortlessly, which is great.
it is, man. That's so cool. We're looking forward to more music, man, and it's
Right on,
cool.
bro.
Next one, May 20th.
May 20th, Endless Days.
Very cool, man.
Video, radio campaign, digital stream.
It's just the beginning, man. It's very cool.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're just getting started, man.
I love it. I love it, man. Brian, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much. We
Thanks.
made it happen. Well, let's make it
All
happen
right.
again, man.
Sorry it took such you know,
Not a
so
problem.
long, but
Not a
I
problem.
have to apologize. Not, it
Uh,
wasn't Jody's fault. It was all me.
no problem at all.
Thanks for being understanding.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's do it
All
again.
right, Scott.
Yeah, whenever you got something going.
Elfie, you want to say, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. No? You want to say goodbye to the people? No. Say bye. Bye, folks.
adorable,
That's my
man.
son, Alfalfa.
I
All right,
love it,
man.
man.
I
All
got to
right,
run.
Brian.
I got to go record, man.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I love
All
it,
right, man.
man.
See you.
Looking forward to it. Bye.
Bye.